Good evening. From where I am, it is late at night. So I just want to share something on gold, on how I caught gold on London session. This short, this right here. So this I didn't catch, but it's the same thing. So let me, even this one I didn't catch. I just caught this short, and then yeah, man. So I want to share how I caught that short. So I don't want to make this a long video. So I'm just gonna go straight to it. Then so it's a London session. So let me just go to the 1 minute time frame. So on the 1 minute time frame, what do? I want to see this right there from 12, not 12, oh, from 12 to 12:30. In that time, I want to find my highest high and my lowest low. And then I put my fib retracement to my highest high and my lowest low. So that is my fib retracement. And then the settings are these right there. So you can screenshot if you can or if you want to. So this is my highest high and my lowest low. So now this will help me trade London session. Sometimes it helps me find the low of day. Sometimes London session sets the low of day. And then now, what do I have in this fib? I have this 0.5 standard deviation, -1, and then I have -2, I have -2, I have -2.5. That aligns very well with the Asia high, which is the previous 4-hour high. And then I have -4 standard deviation. I have -4.5. So now what happens now? If I can explain my strategy, let me go to the 4-hour time frame. My personal strategy is that I want to see 4-hour high or low being taken out first. So in this case, the high was taken out first. The high. If the high is taken out first, I want to target the 4-hour low. As you can see, price took out the 4-hour high and then went back to the 4-hour low. In the New York session, what did price do? It took out the 4-hour low, the previous 4-hour low, previous 4-hour low. It took out that and then went to target that high. We're gonna go there as time goes on and as I'm explaining. So if it takes out the, let me just write the steps quick. So H4 high or low, and then the next step is my 15-minute high or low again, same thing, and then M1 execution, hopefully execution, which is I have VG or market structure shift. So this is a 3-step strategy. It's not a lot. So you just H4 high or low. So in this case, H4 high, previous 4-hour high was taken out first. So this would be my target. I am bearish inside this fair value gap. Now, well, I would say this is a reclaimed fair value gap now. Now, previous 4-hour high taken out inside the higher time frame key level. Or yeah, this is the higher time frame key level. Now, if this happens, now I'm gonna drop down to my 15-minute time frame. What happens to my 15-minute time frame? We are inside the -4 and 4.5 standard deviation level. What happens there? If I can grade that from this 4.5 to this 4 and then make this, and then I just make the, yes sir. So this 0.5, it is the middle, it is the midpoint of this 4.5 and -4. So that is the midpoint of that. So price is respecting that midpoint, and then price does what? It sweeps the previous 15-minute high. That is in the checklist. 4-hour high swept, 15-minute high is being swept, and then I drop down to my 1-minute time frame. That is the third step. So my third step is I want to find the inversion gap or the market structure shift. So in this case, there was both, actually three. There was this market structure shift, and then inversion gap, and then there's also the fair value gap, the bearish fair value gap. So that was the entry that I took on London session. I took 7 contracts. So this was the entry, as you can see there, and then this was the target. I didn't take any partial. This was the full TP. So yeah, man. So if I can just take off the execution again. So I entered there, and then I just went with the trade. I just let it go. I just let it go. So now, if I can go to the 15-minute chart again, as price goes up, there's this buy side that aligns with the 4-hour high, that aligns with the -4 and 4.5 standard deviation after sweeping the Asia high. This is the Asia high, as you can see, it's written right there. So this is the Asia high. There's this 4-hour high, 4-hour, or what do I say? How can I say it? What's this way, April? High time frame key level. Yeah, that's the way. And then buy side swept. There was no SMT in this case. There was no SMT. It is the same high. Now maybe you can say this SMT. Maybe you can say that, but nah, I won't count it at my nah. Oh, nah. Buy side swept. That is also the previous 15-minute high swept. You can also use this one, and then now you can drop down to the 1-minute time frame, and then now that was the entry. So if I can show you the New York session now, same thing happened. Same process. Same process. So what's the checklist? H4 high or low? In this case, what's there? We have this point of interest, or you can use this one, whatever which one, but then which whatever. Okay, you can use both of them or this one. Yeah, it was not tapped into. So you can use this one. So we have that point of interest on the 4-hour time frame. Or you can use these highs. You can also use these highs or the daily high or low. See. So let me just remove this and use the daily high or low. So in this case, the higher time frame key level was this previously low. So if I can just say bottom right, and then so that is my PDL. So that is my high time frame key level, previous day low. See, and then previous day high was taken out, and then I go to my 4-hour time frame. So that is my previous day low. So in my 4-hour time frame, what do I have in the New York session? Price takes out the previous 4-hour time frame first, and then now I'm gonna look to target the 4-hour high, which is this. Let me just make this bold to know that this was the target and blue. So this is the target. So as price takes out the 4-hour high or low, I drop down to my 15-minute time frame. I want to see the same process. So now price fails to close above this candle, and then I wait, and then price does what? It takes out the previous 15-minute low, which is this candle right there, and then I drop down to my 1 minute time frame again. As I drop down to my 1 minute time frame, what do I look for? I look for an inversion gap and a market structure shift. In this case, price created that break in that market structure shift, which is this right there, and then came back to this demand zone or supply, whatever you call it, order block, and then as it inside that point of interest, price is sweeping out the previous 15-minute low, and then it inverts this gap, and then this is the entry, and then if you don't want to enter, here, you would wait for this break in market structure, and then price comes back to this order block again, and then that is the second entry, or that is your entry, and then price comes back to this break of structure again, and then comes back to this fair value gap and respect this fair value gap many times, and then eventually it goes to that higher time frame high, which is the 4-hour high. So remember, this is the previous 4-hour high. No, this is the previous 4-hour low taken out first. Previous 15-minute low taken out. And then you wanna shoot for high. And then now currently what is happening is that, let me go back to my 4-hour high again. 4-hour time frame. So now in this case, again, 4-hour high or low taken out. In this case, 4-hour high is being taken out or is being swept. And then now this is the gap. Price ended up in here, so I'm gonna go to my 15-minute time frame. So in the 15-minute time frame, what do I see? I see price is taking out this 15-minute high, and then now I'm gonna go straight to my 1 minute chart. In my 1 minute chart, what do I want to see? I want to see a market structure shift or a inversion gap. So in here, I got all of them. I have this inversion gap, I have this break in market structure, and then I enter right there again. And then as I enter there, I see prices disrespecting all these bullish PDRAs. And then price closed above this, creating an inversion gap. So I'm gonna make this orange, and then I say 30% so that I can see. And then now price is disrespecting these bullish PDRAs, and then prices just drop. So this low right there would be my partial, and then I would go to break even. And then yeah, man, price is disrespecting all these lows. So yeah, man, that is my analysis. So you can take this and steal this and whatever. You can use this in your trading, and hopefully you enjoyed this. God bless you, man. Hopefully you seek the Lord first, not all of these. The Lord first, and then it shall be added unto you. The wisdom shall be added unto you. So peace, man.